Ladies, today we'll be meeting on John Doe, which I gave you the 2 week notice last week. And as I look through some of the paperwork, I do see that it have been ongoing process what we're trying to get to. So today we'll be making a placement decision on today. So I do know Miss Tracy, you had some concerns, and I'm going to give Miss Brooke opportunity to discuss her concerns.
Okay. Now, you know, I brought my concerns. I wanted to see if I could get him into the Oak Tree program because I feel like it would benefit him having that one-on-one time with the instructor in there.
Okay.
Because I'm having difficulties with him in the classroom as far as keeping his attention and not he's constantly bothering the other kids. I'm constantly having to redirect or pull him and send him with the parent. And then when we're doing the reading part of our learning process, he has difficulty staying on task with that. Okay. So I always send him with the parent and let him work one-on-one. And that works for him. Okay. So that's why I'm trying or hoping that I can get him into Oak Tree program.
Okay, so do you want him in the Oak Tree program or you just want him removed from your class?
Well, it will work for him to be removed from the class also because I'm having his behavior issues.
Okay.
I mean, well, we already know that John, you know, he's a student who has an emotional behavior disorder.
Right.
Okay.
And he has ADHD.
Right.
Correct.
So the things that we're seeing in the classroom, I'm not saying that, you know, it is right for him to be hitting or kicking, you know, the students, but these are things that we typically see with students who have this disability.
Okay.
Right now, we have John fully included into the regular classroom, and I do understand your concerns, Ms. Tracy.
So when you observe him, do you observe some of these same behaviors, or what are your concerns regarding that?
I have seen some of the same behaviors. I've seen John many times, you know, just kind of fidgeting.
Right.
Okay.
He takes off his shoes constantly, plays with his shoestrings, puts the shoestrings in his mouth. Pencils, love to chew on pencils.
Yes.
And the biggest thing though I'm seeing is lately is that he has been hitting some of the other kids.
Right.
Okay. When it appears when he's frustrated or when he's upset about something, that's when he typically hits the other kids.
Okay. Academically, what are some of his strengths or weaknesses that he's having?
Well, right now I feel that his weakness is the reading. His reading.
Okay.
It's difficult to get him to sit still and focus because it's a lot of listening with the reading.
Okay.
And, you know, mentally thinking, being able to think about
and sitting still trying to do it.
And at this point in the year, you know, the kids are reading those the colorful books. But what I'm seeing is that John, he barely knows, you know, his sight work.
Exactly.
So I'm thinking that he's probably getting very frustrated, you know, because the other kids are, you know, pretty much reading, you know.
And that's why
he's not able to keep up. So this is where some of the behavior, a lot of
that's
behaviors
why I felt like the Oak Tree program would benefit him a lot because it's a one-on-one and less students. I have 20 children in the classroom. That's including him. It would just, I feel it would be beneficial.
Which we do have, you know, the special ed para support is right now.
You do.
Okay.
That, you know, we do have.
So when is reading? Is that the first thing in the morning or is that in the afternoon?
First thing in the morning.
Okay. And so, what is some of his strengths?
His strength is math. He enjoys math because I think because of the manipulative, when we use our manipulatives and everything, it gives him something more to focus on because like Ms. Brooke was saying, he plays with shoestrings, he plays with strings, you know, so this keeps him busy as well as he's thinking. So,
and when is math?
Math is in the afternoon.
Afternoon?
1 o'clock.
Okay, 1 o'clock. Okay. And what time is that activity?
The activity is from 9:30. 9:30. It's like 45 minutes.
Okay.
9:30.
Okay, so just listen to some of you all concerns and also going over the paperwork that I have. First, I'm going to say to you, Miss Tracy, about Oak Tree. I do know right now that would not be a placement for him because we still have some procedure that we would have to follow and documentation that we would need in order to go on with that route. But I will suggest that the resource room, placing him in that environment would help some of this situation. And since you say some of his strength, his strength is math, I would love for him to stay in the classroom environment for math. And also, I would like for him to stay in the classroom for activities, so that way doing social, that help with his social environment as well. So, Ms. Brooke, I'm going to ask you, what is your schedule like? Since I know that you are already working with him, I'm going to suggest that I'm going to put him in your resource room to be placed. So, from these time, I'm going to say 9:30 because that is activity to 10:45, he will be in the classroom, the regular classroom, and at 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I'm going to suggest that he stays in the classroom. And also, I'm going to suggest that first thing in the morning when he comes, that he will go ahead and eat breakfast with his class and do everything like that. So what time do you start pulling kids or your small group?
Okay, actually, I have a small group of reading at 11 o'clock
Okay.
to 11:45.
Okay.
And that should work out perfectly because we're already doing reading at that time, and he would fit in with those, kids that are in there. And then he can go back to his regular class so they can have fun.
Exactly. And then that way after lunch and math, after that. So he will be going to the resource room, and I would say that'll be 2 segments for your pullout. So 2 segments for that. And
this is to the end of the year, right?
yes, ma'am. Okay. Right now. And another reason why we just can't go to Oak Tree is because the mom have to be here for those decisions. Right. And I do see you did turn in that you have tried to contact her several times, and we have sent the parent coordinator out too. So at this point, all we can come to is the resource room.
Right.
And we will go from there. And I would like for you all to keep progress, monitor, and see how he's doing. And for about a month and a half, we will come back and meet again to see is this working or do we need to take another route.
Okay.
So will that work for both of you?
That will work.
Okay. Well, that will conclude our meeting. And I thank you all.
Okay. Thank you.